Welcome to the Stuck at Home Summit. I'm so excited that you all are here. Man, I have so much to cover. So I want to talk about the belt just for a little bit up front right here, because a lot of these interviews are all prefaced around the marketing strategy of the belt. Now, if you miss any of your favorite episodes, or if you're watching and you're you have to run out, I guess why would we run out? We're all stuck at home anyway, right? That is the whole reason for this. But I want you to write down any notes that you have in the comment section. Tell us what you're really enjoying. We're looking for a lot of feedback here. Originally this whole campaign was set up for the new Facebook ad strategy that we used to get 92,233 leads in 21 days. Well, what happened is this thing has just absolutely taken off. And this is why we have the free group, so we can offer 20 hours plus of training just to show you the belt method really does work. Well, if you're brand new to media buying, great. This entire summit is absolutely built for you. Well, if you're experienced, you have some experience in ad buying, oh my goodness, we are really going to break down with some of the world's top experts to really give you the insight of what's working right now and what they're working on right now as well. Well, for those of you who are just starting to get to know us, we're kicking off the whole event. We started a social media company back in 2010. It was Nick and I. We were doing SEO and organic. We had our first ad campaign in December of 2010 because, we started to actually run an ad campaign for Mike Dillard. And by the time that it rolled around March, and it's both our birthday month, Nick and myself, we decided we were becoming 100% a media buying company. So we partnered up with my brother, Molly Marketing. You're going to meet Steve here in just a little bit in June 2015. Honestly, it's been one of the best things that we've done for our business. So on our client side of the business for our agency, we've worked with Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, Mike Dillard, John Maxwell, Michael Hyatt. We helped Dr. Axe make his first $70,000 online. Here's the thing is what the agency, we can help a lot of people in the agency, and I guess kind of mess up this slide. This is what happens when we're putting stuff together. So see, what ends up happening is we partner up with my brother in 2015. And the strategy that I'm about ready to show you and how this can be implemented across e-com, digital products, online products, live events, virtual events now. A lot of virtual events are picking up. Coaching, consulting, authors, speakers, sports team, tourism, U.S. presidential candidate. I train a lot of agency owners, a lot of freelancers. So what I'm about to show you in here, and these principles can work across lots of different niches. Now, there's a lot of foundation principles that we're going to be talking about here that a lot of our other guests are going to fill in the gaps for you to really give you a great, well-rounded overall training over the next 3 days. Now, the companies that have used this type of training are anything from local service businesses to professional sports teams to we've used this for psychology hacker, for psychology, for dating, lots of different areas. Well, here's the other thing I want to really stress to you, and this is why I'm really excited to bring you this whole summit. See, in 2010, we started basically our digital products. So we've been hosting coaching series, 6 weeks follow-ups. We really like to help people learn and really help people implement. We have a huge success record in doing it. Well, this whole thing all ties together because I interviewed Todd Brown just yesterday, really the father of the belt. For those of you who don't know what the whole belt method is and everything else, I'll make a long story short. Nick and I have been doing this for over a decade, online marketing. We've got to know a ton of people over that time. We've tested tons of campaigns over that time. Well, there came to be a moment last February 2019. Todd Brown invited me to Agora, $1 billion direct response company. There are 40 top marketers there. And essentially, whoever had the best idea that was duplicatable, that they could implement and would vote it on from my peers, essentially, that's exactly why I won the belts. I was voted on by my peers. The belt sits right over here. You can see this. There we go. It is in an enclosed case. Yes. By the way, if I ever see you out in the Publix, I would love, love, love to always take a picture with you with the belt. 42-year-old man now carrying around that belt. It's amazing. Oh, and with my Corona haircut, you're going to see that kind of come out just a little bit. It's going to be great. All here to support you. Okay. So essentially what ends up happening is I win the belt. What does that really mean to you, right? I got this fancy belt. What it means is we created an acronym in 2019 to take 10 years of learning, boil it all down to a really simple process. And that's a lot what you're going to hear us talking about today and throughout the next 3 days. It's the easy acronym, the belt. Actually, what you're going to be doing is watching and experiencing an entire belt experience the entire time that we're doing this. Belief, engage, lead, and transact. So we're going to be building belief with you all week long, over these 3 days, I should say, right? Over these 3 days, we want to show you a lot of different belief. There's a lot of new people who are starting out and listening to this. And essentially what we want to show people how to do is, well, we want to change people's beliefs of what's even an option out there. The next thing is engagement. We're going to have a ton of engagement over the next couple of days. You're going to see a bunch of these videos. We're going to be engaging with you, answering your questions. We have a lot of surprises planned for you as well, since we're all stuck at home and, well, we all just kind of heard it's going to be maybe just a little bit longer. We got some great surprises to help pass that time away well too. Well, keep in mind, we're just not talking about a strategy that we just invented. People like Conversion XL or CXL Institute license our information so they can help train their they can help train enterprise companies. So the junior level people will come in and start training enterprise companies. We work with the amazing Kat Howell. We train agency owners. We've worked inside of FATC. She now changed that to Digital Distillery. Love working with Kat. We support a lot of freelancers, agency owners, people. Also, they've white labeled my information for attractionmarketing.com, where now they even have their own belts as well too. So a lot of people are using this. So I was talking a little bit about the belief right here. So that's why we want to establish the relationship with you. And this is how we tell people to run ads, right? Establish a belief. Well, let's get in the engagement part of this. Let's talk about why we're here. Well, part of what the new method is, and you're going to hear this from almost every single one of these interviews, well, it's mainly about engaging right now. It's just not about the direct response. See, ad costs are continually going up. But we talk about this every single presentation we have. And essentially what ends up happening is this. When we look at history, ad costs don't typically come back down, except right now. See, the thing is the next slide I'm going to show you is what happened a couple of weeks ago, depending when you're watching this presentation. But see, everyone was at the beach. Everyone was spending on Facebook. Well, now all of a sudden, because of the downswing, because of what's in the news, a lot of people have stopped. I'll tell you this right now. If you're watching me in the live video and you can see my face, please understand this. Ads are at a discount now, 30 to 40% off. We are seeing some of the lowest costs we have seen in years because so many people have just absolutely just bailed. Well, I want to give you a perspective why it's so important that we're changing the strategy, and I cannot stress this enough. Watch every single expert talk about how they're using this exact same principles of the strategy. See, the problem is there's over 7 million people on Facebook. Actually, that's 7 million advertisers, and this was back in February 2019. We're not even talking about an up-to-date number. There are 90 million business pages out there. Well, what that means is, I take this from DigiDay, well, Facebook announced 5 million advertisers in April 2017. That number has really grown. Look at this. Don't expect any threats of advertiser boycott to sway Facebook management. Facebook's managed to bulletproof itself when it comes to threats of even the biggest spenders. Now, here's what I mean by that. Please keep in mind, if you just spend a whole bunch of money, it doesn't mean you're going to get better customer service. That's actually what we should all be thinking about and talking about right now, which is, wait a minute, how does Facebook support 7 million advertisers exactly? That's a really big question that we should all have. This isn't like customer service when you go through JCPenney or wherever you're going to go shop or whatever. It's not like some rep's going to walk out and say, hey, can I help you? They're trying to get better at it. Thing is 99% of people are going to be faced with a solution that's a totally automated customer experience. So that ends up to be a big problem. So hang on one second. I want to make sure that we have enough power to make it through this entire presentation here. If you're watching on the phone, I'm going to move this over for just a second. Ooh, there we go.
And I got to say, Kurt,
yes,
somebody in our group is a genius. I'm going to call him out, John Galt. We owe him something big. He is hosting a watch party inside of our group on Facebook. So this is all streaming inside the group now, which is
one way to go. It is streaming inside the group now.
Well,
great,
because John is hosting a watch party. So,
yeah, that's so perfect. Let me see if I can get this one other thing adjusted. By the way,
we're going to send you something special, John. Thank you for that.
Yeah. By the way, if you want to start a watch party anytime that you want. You can start a watch party directly from our group. I don't know, Nick, I'm going to try this one last time. There we go. If you can, I'm going to try adjusting this. This is what we call live TV and getting behind schedule. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay. So, Nicholas, just to double check, can you start a watch party from the group and share it in the Publix? That's kind of the idea.
Awesome.
We wanted to have this broadcasting on our fan page. The thing is since Facebook wasn't working so well today, didn't work out as well as I wanted. I'm going to try this one last time, then I'm going to give up on my phone. I'm trying not to get the spinning fan. There we go. Whew. I'm probably going to end this stream here in just a little bit, just so you're seeing this just directly, but we are on YouTube, and hopefully we'll be broadcasting on Facebook here in just a little bit. I'm just neurotic. There we go. If I'm watching somebody and their fan spinning in the background, bugs me, so I'm trying to figure out that whole thing. I'm going to try this. Tell me if you like live TV. There we go. Let's just keep it this way. Okay, so let's do this. So there's only one solution with most people out there, and that's automated customer service. Honestly, that's one of the scariest parts about Facebook is the automated customer service, and I think we're all in the same boat. We're kind of just feel like this ghost that's walking among us. Well, here's the deal. We want to talk about new tech. We want to talk about old thinking. We want to talk about random outcomes. The problem is a lot of people are using old marketing techniques, and I cannot stress enough, when you watch these interviews, listen to what people are doing now. They're agreeing with the same thing. The tech is out there, but it has to be a lot more about relationship building, just not the direct response. Now, by the way, if you've spent under $1,000 on Facebook, not a problem, but one of the things that I highly suggest, go through Facebook Marketing Blueprint. Going through Facebook Marketing Blueprint can help out so much, and here's the reason why. Is Nick and I want you to learn the buttons for you to, what you should be clicking on, because essentially the buttons are going to change. The buttons always change. But if you understand the strategy overall, it's going to help you it's going to help you with critical thinking in a long way. Now, I want to show you that I practice what I preach. So what you see right here is you see inside of Blueprint, I've taken all these courses. The courses are going to show some really good insight of what buttons to push, what it's capable of. It's not really a great marketing format to tell you exactly how to market, but I tell you that here's one of the big insight tips that a lot of people don't know. Please, 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 please go through Blueprint if you're brand new at advertising or no matter what level you are. The reason is because Facebook knows as they're reaching out, if you've taken Blueprint, if you've accepted other customer service inquiries, it's part of a well-rounded strategy. So at any point, Blueprint's going to show you the buttons to hit. Blueprint's going to show you exactly where to click. What my responsibility is, what Nick's responsibility is, what Itai's responsibility is to help you with critical thinking. If we show you the critical thinking parts of this, you're going to be able to do this on your own over and over and over. All right, so are we buying data versus spending money? Let's talk about mindset for a minute. I'm not talking about, hey, do you feel better about your life? What I'm talking about is what we're going to do is we're going to buy data from Facebook. That's it. You're going to learn a lot of this from Chris Mercer. This is just black and white. By the way, as we're going through this presentation, regardless if you've run Facebook ads or not, I'm going to mention a couple of different times that all the different new opportunities that are out there right now that you can make this with a business. So if you are just getting started, if you are pivoting your business, if you are an expert, oh my goodness, you are in store for some treats. See, just the analytic tracking alone could be a whole entire business. Wait until you see Chris Mercer's presentation on that. Now, I want everybody to bear with me. I want to get on the same page as you're watching this. So I'm going to warn you, though, we're going to talk about some ugly babies. An ugly baby is essentially an offer that, well, you think it's good. You sold some to your friends and family, but honestly, nobody wants to tell you that your offer sucks. You got an ugly baby. And a lot of people, well, what they want to do is they just want to throw fire on fire. What I mean by throwing fire on this is just throwing gasoline on a problem. And we want to stop having people where they take problems and they take gasoline. Well, you should never solve a problem with gasoline, number one, except I guess if you want to run your car. But number two, you should not set your marketing on fire like a lot of people are doing. They just don't know any better. But now that you watch this presentation, you'll know. So let me talk about a typical ad buying strategy. So step one, big idea. We're going to talk with Todd Brown, Mike Dillard, Chris Haddad, John Benson, all around the big idea. Most people mess up the big idea. We have so many videos dedicated to this. I cannot tell you, most people blame Facebook for ads. It's usually because it's a bad big idea. Well, a lot of people are going to choose their target markets. Molly Pittman has a really great video inside the summit talking about choosing the target audiences. Now we're also going to talk about split testing the ad creatives, and we're going to talk about split testing the landing pages. and of course also retargeting. Now, typical ad buyer strategy looks like this. So if you're brand new, this may look obviously new to you, but if you're experienced, you're looking at this and you're like, yeah, that's how all ads run. The thing is, though, is about choosing your market's really important right now. So targeting is critical, not just with lookalike audiences. Most people screw this up because they completely overdo it. One of the things that Frank Kern and I were talking about right before our interview is how many top of funnel ads he has running right now. 1. I have 4. The thing is we want to bring people into our middle of funnel, but we don't need tons of different audiences in the wrong way to do it. We want to make sure that we're targeting the right person at the right time. I mean, that's really why we're here. So let's talk about these ad creatives. So what a lot of times what people will do is they got their target audience. And what they're going to do is they're going to take their target audience. They want to find out if it's the one audience, the second audience, the third audience. But then they got these ad creatives. And many people get misled. They think, well, it's the blue ad creative, the green ad creative, but the green ad creative goes with audience 1 or an audience 2. Hang on. Let me test more audiences. Okay, hang on a second. Let's test more creatives. Well, the thing is we got to talk about choosing the target market. One of the great things right now is Facebook is leaning into the CBO, the campaign budget optimization. Now, Facebook has said that they're going to force people to use campaign budget optimization, which essentially Facebook just wants us to give them their money, or give us our money, give them. Let's have some coffee together. That's the way that we do it first thing in the morning. See, what Facebook wants us to do is Facebook wants to control the audiences. Facebook wants to control the placement. Facebook just tells us, hey, put out good content, we'll figure out the rest. Well, Facebook's put a delay on campaign budget optimization, but we're starting to see that Facebook wants us to lean into the artificial intelligence to make a lot of the decisions as long as we just make really good content. Well, see, a lot of people get confused by this, and what they do is they're like, oh, okay. It's not about the content. Let's talk about landing pages. So we got our target audiences, our ad creatives, and the other audiences and the other ad creatives. Okay, and then we have the landing pages. I want you to keep this in mind. So many people are trying to figure out the right target with the right time, with the right ad creative, with the right landing page. I recently met Mark Ford. Mark Ford is one of the world's top copywriters. He's created $1 billion company, Agora. Mark Ford says this: it's not just the copy, but the articulation of an idea. So really, the landing page is an articulation of your offer, right? It's just describing your offer in a different way. Well, some people are watching this and they're like, well, Kurt, I understand what you're saying for the most part, but I'm already making money. Totally cool. I'm going to show you where there's a bunch of money left on the table. The other thing is a lot of people are watching this, or they may be new to online marketing, thinking this is really confusing. Well, the other thing is a lot of people lose money this way because they have a bad offer. And they don't know that because it's not researched. Oh my goodness, listen to our experts this week. When you listen to our experts, they're all going to talk about it's the research in the marketing that makes a huge difference. Well, see, what happens is so many people feel, well, my landing page, my offer. I love my offer, so everyone else must love it. You are not your own best customer. The problem is, and the fact of the matter is, 9 out of 10 offers will fail on Facebook. One of the things we talk about with one of our guest speakers, Ross talks about the long tail of the customer acquisition, meaning someone might not buy today, but they may buy later from you with some improved messaging. Other people talk about having the big idea, not having it researched enough. And honestly, that's what we see as advertisers, is not enough research goes into the offer. And honestly, a lot of people just throw Facebook traffic at it and they're just throwing gas on it. Well, here's the other thing. So we got the audience, the ad creatives. Well, when you're targeting top of funnel, so when you are targeting a top of funnel market, many times what will happen, 9 out of 10 ads top of funnel will fail on Facebook. And that's just kind of the way that it works. Like when you're testing a bunch of cold market ads, you could launch out 10 different ads. 1 may work. 1. Now, this is a very known principle in Facebook ads or in any kind of ad creative, but here's the deal. If we have an ugly baby and we don't have the right content set up and we're testing ads and 9 out of 10 ads don't work and 9 out of 10 offers don't work, now all of a sudden we have a raging inferno. And this is something that Mike Dillard is going to help walk you through as we think about the big idea and overall really kind of thinking about our positioning. Now, retargeting many of the times just works as a cleanup. So many times what will happen is we'll set up these audiences. Okay, I know they went to the sales page. And well, if we get our creative right and on par, Now what can happen is, well, we're just restating the offer to go back to the landing page or the articulation of the offer. Honestly, a lot of people use the hope and pray method here. A lot of people make money in retargeting, but they don't know how the rest of it works, and they get really confused with the tracking and everything else. So let's break this down just a little bit. Let's combine all this together. When we take all these different audiences and add too much to the mix, then we're going to add all these different creatives. That's a lot of stuff to the mix. And then we're going to add all these retargeting creatives and then these landing pages. And then what happens is like, oh yeah. And then everyone's looking for the perfect ad. Now I cannot stress, I'm going to talk about this with many of our guests, especially Chris Mercer. So many people are looking for the perfect ad at the perfect time, at the perfect place, and they limit their scale. But when you talk to master marketers, when you talk to people like Chris Mercer, when you talk to people like Frank Kern, when the list can go on and on here, Scott Alford's a perfect example. What's going to happen here is this is all about building relationships. I get so excited. I haven't enough coffee in the morning. I'm about out of breath because I'm that excited. That's not true. I'm not out of breath just because I'm talking fast. That would mean that I probably need to run more. Man, I cannot wait to get out of this house. Okay, so what ends up happening is it's kind of like this. See, the problem is no one actually really knows what actually happened. It's like a pig who rolls around in its own filth. And you don't know if it's your audience 1, your creative 3, your retargeting creative 6, B, 9, or 5, or whatever. The end of the day is this. It's not about the perfect ad. People who focus on the perfect ad limit their overall growth. People who focus on the overall conversation really have this grow. Well, I've shown you this already, and what a lot of people will say is, okay, Kurt, my ads aren't working, and that makes sense. But some people may also say, well, hang on a second. Let's just say that everything that I've just talked about, you're like, but Kurt, I'm already still making money. Okay, well, let's talk about that for a minute. That most likely means that you're able to fly over all of this crap because you have a really good offer. You probably have an offer that has either been thought out, researched, you've had some copywriters, you've had some funnel experts, or I'm going to be very open with you, some people just get lucky. And some people are like, well, I'm making money right now to a cold market. If you are making money to a cold market right now after already going through all this stuff that I'm talking about here, you're leaving a ton of money on the table, and I cannot wait to show you where all this money is on the table. Now, on the other side, there's going to be a lot of people who are watching who are like, I kind of understand what you're saying, but honestly, my ads are not working that well. Well, a lot of times it's not the ads. A lot of times we just have to admit we have an ugly baby. Again, another reason for me having a lot of guests here, how do we identify if it's going to be a good offer that we take to market? Todd Brown's going to talk a lot about this, and this is actually where I learned a lot about drafting and creating the right offer. All right, here's the thing. The problem is when people have an ugly baby and they don't know it, you just don't know what you don't know, you start throwing gasoline on this whole thing, then people come back to me and they're like, Kurt, my Facebook feels like it's a big black hole. I feel like I'm just flushing money down the toilet. I'm just burning money overall. Honestly, don't worry. We got you covered. That's why we're doing the summit. That's why we have the belt method. That's why we're going to be introducing the belt method support for 12 months so you can surround yourself with genius experts, people who really care, people who are family and are doing the same thing that you are. I could not imagine 10 years ago when Nick and I had to do this all on our own and just learn from YouTube. Man, I cannot wait to show you the people that we're going to have surround you to help really make this a lot easier for you. All right, so let's talk about the belt method for a minute. So the belt method's less risky. We have not had any ad account shut down in almost 4 years at this point. Better reaching. Facebook rewards advertisers that are good citizens of the platform and who produce good content. So right now, as I'm recording this, we're at an all-time high for consumption. I mean, I'm looking outside my window right now in downtown Austin. I'll show you my cam here over on the side. You can kind of see there it is Tuesday. There is nothing going on in downtown Austin. So a lot of people are here for consumption. So let's get that consumption up and running, get your content up there. Trust me, once I show you these next couple of points, you'll want to make sure your content is up and running. All right, so quick to implement. You can become implementing the belt method today. Literally, as you're watching these videos, you should be running the belt method. I'm telling you, I am, as we're showing interviews, I'm setting up ads. I'll actually record some of that to show you too. It's a lot less expensive. You're going to hear Frank Kern and Todd Brown both say, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I was saving so much money by running this, and I feel like I'm spending so little of money. I almost feel like I'm cheating. No, you just don't have to spend tons of money like you did before. All right, So the belt method takes your prospects through the new customer journey. The direct marketing days of Facebook are over. I don't want to say over. There's a lot of really great direct response marketers, but it can be really expensive if you don't know what you're doing. So let's take a look at what the customer journey looks like and what it costs for you, the advertiser. Well, first of all, everyone expects this. I put up an ad. Did they buy? Did they become a lead? Did they buy? Here's the reality of the overall marketing. It's relationship building. Every single expert agrees on this one. The tracking experts, Mike Rhodes, Tom Breeze, the list goes on and on. Everyone's talking about the relationship and not just the direct sale. So let's take a look at a traditional way that most people are like, well, Kurt, I just want to get online and get a bunch of leads. Well, we want to follow up with people, but let's just look at the numbers. Let's just say that someone clicks on our ad. That's 75 cents. Okay, it's 75 cents to click on that. That makes sense. Well, then the website loads. So it's 75 cents to click on the website, and then by the time the website loads, it's $1. Okay, we're just going to talk about math and facts. Now, to become a lead, let's say every fifth person becomes a lead to your website. Okay, well, that would mean that's a $5 lead. If it's $1 that's coming to your website, every fifth person's a lead, great. Not every person who enters their email address is actually a good lead. Not at all. So here's the other thing. Just by raw, simple math, what happens is this. See, if you're lucky, 25% of people will open up your email, your fourth email. 25%. That's a fourth of the leads that you collected. By the way, one of the things I want you to write down is as we're going through this, please take some notes. Matt Basak. Matt Basak is one of the top world-renowned email marketers and split testers. I cannot wait until you see this presentation. He will show you how to do some amazing things with email to really drive up your earnings per click and not necessarily just your open rate. Earnings per click is more important than open rate. But let's get back to this story. See, many times people will say, well, Kurt, Facebook didn't work for my offer. Actually, if you look at it, you didn't get enough leads that saw your offer, read about your offer. It's like $50 to get someone to see your sale. But most people are just like, well, I got 100 leads. What happened? Well, let's take a look how costly this can really be. Look at this right here. Perfect example. So I'm going to run opt-ins for the belt. This is what you're seeing right here. This is opt-ins for the belt where I invested $809. This here. I invested $809 and I got 32 leads. 32 leads is not going to get me anywhere, especially if there's a low open rate. Yeah, $809. So it's kind of like, hey, Nick, spend $800. We got 32 people to give us their information. Come on, let's look at some better numbers. What if it was different? What if it was possible to change our entire thinking about this? All I want to do is get leads to watch my presentation. Well, what about if Facebook just figured out who wanted to watch my presentation? This is an hour and 11 minutes. I mean, 71 minutes. Well, what Facebook ends up doing, watch this. Facebook will actually find people who want to watch 100% of my video. So why would I be collecting leads? I still want to collect leads, but why would I want to collect leads if leads are $30 and I can get someone to watch my entire presentation that I wanted them to watch anyway for $1.77? I was getting leads for $30, but for $1.77, people will watch my entire speech. Why not just let Facebook figure it out? Let's take a look at this. So the next one here is we start talking about B is for belief. Well, Mike Dillard helped us change just a hook. So what happens when someone here inside the summit just gives you one idea to change the hook? Now all of a sudden, look, people are watching a 32-minute webinar I put together. Look at this, 45 cents. People are watching me for 30 minutes for 45 cents. Why would I get a $32 lead? I want to get people to watch a lot of my content. This is what Facebook wants anyway. So look at this. Look at this. For $922, remember I spent $850 and got 34 leads. But with $922, the same spend, look at this. Look, $922, 2,494 people to watch my entire presentation for 37 cents. So yes, it's important, of course, if we're running leads. We always want to get leads. But if the main thing is to get a lead to have them watch a presentation, why not just run the presentation in the news feed? Because it's pennies. Facebook's going to figure out the right people to watch it. Here's the thing. The same old thinking is going to have the same old results. So I'm going to show you some data straight from Facebook that will change everything you thought you knew about digital marketing. Man, I can't wait to show you this. These are some of my favorite slides. Okay, first of all, December 11th, I want to look at this email right here. First of all, I'm going to back up. This email comes from our Facebook rep. We've had a dedicated Facebook rep for the last couple of years. They're brilliant. So I know a lot of people have a hard time getting a rep. We have a rep because of the level that we test. So here's what comes an email directly from our rep. Here's some thoughts and resources for why we highly encourage shifting advertisers away from vanity metrics, engagements, likes, clicks, and ensuring that they're giving our algorithm the best chance to run campaigns effectively. Now, from a high level, advertisers not tapping into Facebook's automation solutions are falling short of driving the most value. I'm going to show you how to fully tap into the automation with Facebook here. Now, here's what I want you to notice right here. Look at this. Our auction is not just considered past behavior to implement current strategy, but also forecasting future behaviors from signals gathered to serve the most effective and efficient advertising. Future signals. Facebook's reading the future. So what that means is a lot of times is you may be talking about a certain subject and all of a sudden it shows up on your phone and you're like, oh, Facebook's listening. It could be. Now, they say that they don't. But a lot of science in it is if you're around certain friends who have talked about certain subject matter and you're in that group and you're with that group for a certain time, there's a high probability, this is all done by math and facts and whatever, that, hey, if you're hanging out with this tribe, you may also like this type of information. Here's the other thing that a lot of advertisers are completely misled on, completely. See, a lot of times what I hear is people are like, hey, Kurt, my click-through rate on my ad is really high, so I must be a really good ad. Not at all. Does not work that way at all. See, what we're talking about is when we want a high click-through rate, well, that's for banner ads. When we want a high click-through rate, that's for email. But actually with Facebook and Google, this is really changing, and here's why. So these stats right here that you see on your screen, this actually shows the blue dots on the left-hand side show that no clicks are required, no clicks are required to influence an ad recall. Hey, can you remember the brand? Or brand awareness? Don't require clicks either. Purchase intent don't require clicks. Right now, you are not clicking on anything. You're watching me. You're judging to see, hey, is this opportunity right for you? Is the belt right for you? But there is nothing right now that you are clicking per se, unless you're commenting on how great my hair looks coming out of my hat. But you're not clicking, but you're still being influenced overall and persuaded why this is great. All right, hang on one second. Let's just celebrate Corona here for a second. If you're watching in the Facebook Live, you're going to absolutely see that. Yeah, someday getting a haircut. Maybe the Flowbee will come back. I'll have to ask Nick. I think Nick cuts his hair with a Flowbee. We'll ask him later. Okay, so anyway, 90% of purchasers don't even have to click on an ad. Now, think about that. So I don't need tons of clicks. I need the right people. That's what I'm really looking for. 90% of people don't necessarily click who want to buy. Well, wait. This slide here says 50% of people who are less clicky actually have a higher probability to buy. Wait a minute. Most ad people are taught get a high click-through rate. Well, yeah, with banner ads, but with the algorithm can figure out the right person at the right time at the right place. We get this information directly from Facebook. Well, I'm going to show you how to do it with the belt, and surrounding yourself with experts is how we're going to target the cheapest opt-ins or impressions, the cheapest and the highest click-through rate, the cheapest conversions. We're going to get the whole audience. I'm going to show you the perfect spot for you to be running ads and advertising because nobody else is right now. Trust me, you're going to want to be on this, I don't know how to say gravy train in a bad way, but literally ads are on a discount. So if you have a message to really get across, the time to do it is right now. So as advertisers, we must embrace this automation. Now, this is something I spend a lot of time in talking with Todd Brown about. So the Eugene Schwartz triangle. By the way, Eugene Schwartz, this book right here, man, I love this stuff. This is great. This book right here, I'm going to show that in my feed. If you can see the Eugene Schwartz Breakthrough Advertising, one of the best books for advertising ever created, and it was created in the 60s. I actually interviewed Brian Kurtz, who owns the distributing rights to this book, has the book called Over Deliver. So this slide right here comes from Eugene Schwartz back in the 60s, and it's still relevant today. Now watch this. Almost everyone's advertising here, most aware. That's where the whole playing field is. What I'm encouraging you all to do since you're here, play with us down here in the unaware market. The unaware market is extremely profitable when done right. See, most advertisers are completely missing this. And again, you'll hear the experts agree with me on this as you go through and watch these. Now, for the bottom of the funnel, unaware, for pennies, we can say, hey, Facebook, do me a favor. I want you to show people this 30-minute video, this 40-minute video, this 60-minute video. I've done a 90-minute video. Facebook, I want you to go out and find all the people that are ready to watch. I want you to go do the heavy lifting. So Facebook runs off and they do the heavy lifting. I'm going to show you how they can take care of the heavy lifting by doing the 4 parts of the belt: belief, engage, lead, and transact. So at the beginning of the presentation, we're talking about the belief. Right now, this is the engagement part where I want to show you a lot of great content and math and facts of what you can do to improve your business. Well, once you have a really good relationship, now it's a great time to become a lead. Many of you are leads inside of our Facebook group. Thank you so much for being here. We want to start talking about an exchange of value to see, hey, is the belt method and are all the recordings of all of our speakers, is it worth it for you to make a transaction with us? One of the things that you're going to see me do with the belt method that so many of our experts are also doing with the belt method is creating a digital newspaper. See, the problem is so many advertisers, what they do is when they want to start selling something is they'll be like, okay, I'm going to start selling this. By the way, Zoco is an amazing CBD product. If you like CBD and energy, this is amazing. You should check this out. So anyway, what a lot of people will do is they'll be like, ooh, Zoco's on sale. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, Zoco has new packaging. All right. Zoco's on sale. Check it out again. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, let's try packaging. Ooh, let's split test packaging. Oh, Zoco's on sale. Zoco's on sale. Man, that didn't work. They're starting and stopping ads. What I teach people how to do is, well, why would people find Zoco? Well, Zoco is made for energy and they want to go after athletes. Well, do a lot of GoPro stuff. Show a whole lot of athletes. Show a digital newspaper that people are interested in. See, the USA Today newspaper publishes a newspaper every single day. I want you to think about, are you publishing content every day? Just because an ad didn't work in the USA Today newspaper doesn't mean they shut down the newspaper. What they do is they just reconfigure the ad. Always have content running. Always, always, always have content running. Facebook loves it. I spend about $200 a day, even if we don't have any offers, just so people can watch content. So it's like flipping through their own personal digital newspaper. All right. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create this Hot 28. Now the Hot 28 is going to combine all these different retargeting audiences. See, so many people like to retarget day 1, day 3, day 5, day 7. I like to do that too for offers. But a lot of people just miss overall retargeting. See, a lot of times what people will happen is they'll be like, hey, did you buy this? And then they'll retarget people. Did you buy it? Did you want 10% off? Did you want 20% off? Did you buy it? What people are seeing with me is if they watch a video, if they click on an ad, if they go to my website, if they go to my fan page, well, all of a sudden they're going to start to see all these other videos, all this other content of me talking about content, of guest speakers. Well, the reason is so you can get to know, like, and trust me. The best place to advertise to people is to people who know, like, and trust you. So we're going to turn your retargeting audience, not from a one-directional, did you buy my stuff? All of a sudden people will start to say, wow, I don't even know how I found you, but like I found this video and I started watching and I saw this other video and this other person talking about it, and then you're on this podcast and I didn't even know you had a product. This is what I've shown some of the world's top marketers to do. Well, Dennis Yu, who, by the way, is inside of our interviews as well too. Dennis shows you how to run his entire business from his phone. Dennis is actually out camping next to well, not camping next to a Burger King. He pulls over to a Burger King, gets outside, gets on the Burger King Wi-Fi, logs into Zoom, starts doing everything from his phone. This is the person who taught me the dollar of the day strategy. I cannot wait until you see Dennis's presentation. It's not a presentation. It is literally just all on his phone. Dennis is brilliant. But what happens is you can take this huge ad budget, turn it down to $1 a day, and all of a sudden people are seeing your content everywhere. See, what happens is Facebook's going to help find that right tribe for you. That's what Facebook's all about. They're going to find the right person at the right time. So what ends up happening is when I teach you this critical thinking, big decisions can be made. Now, okay, so I've shown you a lot of this part on how to start thinking about the content, right? We start thinking about conversions. Now, one thing that we have to get all of our labels intact, and this is something that Todd Brown has really helped me a lot with. We got to have some tough decisions, and we got to make sure that we're all using the same labels. This is all part of brain science. You're going to see a bunch of brain scientists today, or brain science experts, I should say, today, really talking about how the brain function works. Well, let me show you this. We got you covered. We got to make sure that we label things properly so we can describe them properly. This is going to release anxiety. You'll see this with the experts. But here's the deal. Anytime I'm going to ask any of you, tell me what your advertising strategy is, I'm going to ask you about the 3-bucket strategy. And the 3 buckets are this. First bucket, put in $1, make 4. Okay, Everyone wants to do that. And right now, you can really do that because not a lot of people are advertising, but that doesn't actually grow your business a lot. I'm going to show you why in a minute. Now, the second strategy where most people should be right now, is put in $1, make $1. That is, hey, I'm putting in $1, I'm getting leads back, I'm getting exposure back, and I'm getting sales, and I'm breaking even. That's what most of you should be aspiring to. So as you have additional products and services, Facebook is a marketing channel, just not the only thing that supports your business. This whole put in $1 and make $4, so many people depend on that, and when it goes away, not good. Where I invest heavily is here. I put in $1 and I make $1 6 months later. Actually, it's a lot shorter than that. And when you decide to join the Belt family, I show you over the recording videos of how we do this. But as I mentioned, I may spend $200 a day and have nothing to sell. Well, after we spend $2,000 or $3,000 and we don't sell anything, that scares a lot of people. But the thing is I'm building a really good relationship. I'd invest $3,000 just to fly out to a conference to meet some of you, let alone building a great relationship. So let's talk about building that relationship. What we want to show you is we want to show you how you can build a relationship with people for pennies that's unaware. This is something that Todd Brown and I really dive into because so many people just don't have all their chips on the table, but they usually don't have a good offer to be able to do what I'm able to show you to do, or be what I'm about ready to show you. See, we use these pennies to really start following up with people. We start to build a great engagement. We really start to build in a solution. Now when people start thinking about, hey, what am I going to buy? Well, now we're reaching our most aware. Think of this as Monopoly. We have all of our chips on the table. Now, this is a little bit longer term strategy. Now, I'm not saying 6 months or a year, but many times we'll be running a lot of content just to get to know a lot of you. So you get to know a lot of us until it comes time for like the summit or open enrollment to make an offer. But we know our numbers. This is the spot where every advertiser wants to get to because all your chips are on the table and you can outspend all of your competitors. All right, so next, put in $1, get $1. So if we're just breaking even, we're gonna miss a huge part of scale. That's okay, because what we're looking at is we're breaking even, we can at least start the influence and we can start building up this aware to most aware. And again, this bucket's gonna start to fill up. It's not gonna give us tons of growth, but it is going to give us the ability to use Facebook as a marketing channel. We're also going to talk about YouTube. We're going to talk about Google. We'll talk some about Snapchat. We always want to talk about different channels, but if you're breaking even, it's great for a channel. And of course, everything that you're going to make on profit is going to be on the back end. So let's go ahead and go over this. What a lot of people do is they put in $1 and they want to make $4. It's a really small market. You can do that, but what I really want to train people on is if you can break even now, and start bringing in people right now. Trust me, by the way, at the time of this recording, you definitely do not want to be in this bucket. You want to be in bucket 2 and bucket 3 right now because people are not buying like cars and houses, but they're still purchasing things. Also, picking up leads and branding and influence right now is at a massive discount. So if you're only running this right now, put in $1 and make $4, for your industry, it could be really rough right now, depending on the timing when you watched it. Could be really lucrative right now. I just want to show you you're leaving a ton of money on the table and you're literally competing with everyone else. My goal is to show you where to compete in the unaware. This is where I literally say, this is where we build our propaganda. This is where people get to know us, get to see all that stuff. All right, engage. So at the engage stage, this should strengthen your brand positioning and the solution in your prospect's eyes and edutainment, or edutainment, however you want to say it. At this point in the presentation, I hope you've had some ahas. If you've been watching, and this is the first time you've seen this, by the way, please comment down below. If you're watching this right now and you have some ahas, there's so many live people on there. There's like 80 people watching just my live feed of just me staring at my phone, let alone on YouTube, let alone on the other watch parties. By the way, if you are watching this anywhere on Facebook, highly encourage you, go ahead, start a watch party. Get other people involved in this. Lots of free content to share. We have 3 days worth of content and lots of bonuses along the way. Share the content. It's all meant to be shared. Share it on YouTube. Share it on Facebook, wherever you would like to share. Oh, and speaking of, just to make sure that no one gets left behind, I'm going to make sure that this is working right here. There we go. All right. And I think we are back in business. Yes. Love this business. Okay. So here's the next point. All right, now let's talk about a qualified lead. See, the thing is once someone has really gone through a bunch of your content, just like I love running a bunch of this webinar content and long form content, it's pretty easy to become a lead. Reason is you built just so much trust. So let's talk about becoming a lead. All right. So at this stage, people have seen a bunch of your content. They're ready to become a lead. Now, I want to be really clear right here. I am not only getting leads from a warm market. A warm market's going to help me qualify my leads. Can't wait to show you this. See, what happens is basically this. I'm going to get leads from, of course, website conversions, but I'm also going to use video views to get leads, website clicks, lead ads. I'm going to use lots of different ways to bring in leads, not just lead conversion. You're leaving a lot of money on the table if you just use one objective. By the way, I failed to mention this earlier. Objectives are like learning modalities. Some people want to watch and some people want to become a lead right away. Some people want to click like window shop and become a lead later. Running all the different objectives, hands down, will unequivocally allow you to reach all the people at once versus just one segment. That'll save you from a lot of money you just left on the table. So let's take a closer look at this lead stuff. I love talking about this. So look at this. In January of this year, I invested $11,217.01. $11,217 for 1,100 leads, 1,165 leads at $9.63. I'll give you a little tip right now. Ads are at a discount. I'm showing you a slide from January where leads were $10. Right now, today, they're should be running ads. Trust me. Now, Frank Kern will tell you during our interview, no, do not run ads right now because it's so cheap for me that no one's running ads. Pay attention to smart people. All right, so look at this 1,100 leads, but I invested $11,000. I mean, right now, when we're talking about the economy and people are watching this, who wants to invest $11,000? I'm not quite sure their offer. Well, here's the thing. I got $10 leads, which, again, my goal is $15 to $20 leads. So I'm well within my goal. Well, let's take a look at this. Again, I can spend $900 and get 2,494 people to watch my entire presentation. So let's look at the math and facts here. 2,400 people to watch my entire presentation. Facebook will figure out the right person at the right time, and it's for 37 cents. I mean, it's almost an IQ test. So let's take a look at this. Leads. One of the things we talk about a lot in these interviews, you don't need hundreds of thousands of clicks. You don't need tens and thousands of leads, which those are great, but you can also become a lead from just inside of Messenger. Inside of Messenger has a great contact rate. That does remind me, I forgot to send out the Messenger notification today that we were starting at 9. Sometimes mistakes happen. That's all right. We're all human. It's fine. But what happens is we also have text messages. I'm going to send out a text message reminder too of what's going on for the next couple of interviews we have coming up, and then phone numbers to call people back or to text message. Here's the thing. You're going to hear me say this in almost every interview. You don't need a huge audience. You just have to have the right engaged audience. Smaller audience can be really great these days. So now that you've learned about our offer, become a lead, you're checking things out, now it comes time to transact. So let me show you what a transaction looks like top to bottom. We're going to go ahead and take you through a real world belt method campaign right here. Excuse me. Watch this. Okay. Now I'm going to use a bunch of different ad types to get to these to get to people. Watch this. So for my top of funnel cold market, I'm going to pre-qualify people with actually 5 different videos. You're going to see 3 of those videos right here. One of them is how to create the perfect story. This is Adam Lyons. Please watch Adam Lyons' video when it comes up. Adam Lyons is going to be talking about crisis management, and he's going to give you a phone number to text. It's an amazing phone number funnel, but it's all about how to handle yourself in a crisis. Here, Adam's talking about storytelling. The second video is Chris Mercer. That's one that you don't want to miss either when he starts talking about tracking. You can diversify your agency, start a new business, track your business. That interview is brilliant. And the 3 buckets of advertising that we just went over. It's a 6-minute clip. So what happens is this. So look at this, the power of storytelling. The power of storytelling, essentially, it's 28 cents to have someone watch 23 minutes. I mean, it's kind of an IQ test, 28 cents. 28 cents for 23 minutes. Look at this. How important is analytics? With Chris Mercer, we're talking for 40 minutes. 40 minutes is 40 cents. So instead of me getting leads for $5 or $10 top of funnel, I may just have someone watch a video, 40 cents. 3 buckets, 6 minutes. Maybe I have a 6-minute video that introduces people. It's 31 cents. So look at this right here, nurture. See, once people have already seen my content, they're going to be put in the hot 28. So I don't care if they watch a video, look at a video, click on a video, look at my fan page, go to my Instagram, click on an ad, go to my webpage, become a sale, I don't care what they do. They're now inside my hot 28, my digital newspaper. So when I want to make an announcement like you see me do, hey, the Stuck at Home Summit is coming soon. Well, what happens is this. Watch this. This is an easy 15-second video when we were going to open enrollment. It's 3 cents to get someone's attention. So if it's 34 cents to watch 34 minutes, 34 cents. And then it's 3 cents to tell people, hey, by the way, we have something coming up next. Watch this. I'm not even at $1. And people are starting to see long content. They're starting to see these updates. These 15-second in-stream videos, hands down, can help revolutionize your business if you're using them right. It's actually one of the things Frank Kern and I were talking about just yesterday. By the way, the other thing is you're going to see a lot of testimonials too when you drop inside of our funnel. Once people start watching our content, I want people to know there's a lot of people using our content successfully. Well, a lot of these posts here don't even have links. Most people run ads with links. Why would I run testimonials of people talking about me with no links? Because it costs 6 cents to have someone else talk about us. Just imagine someone watches your brand, watches content about you, and then all of a sudden people start seeing all these other people talking about you, your brand, your services. 6 cents. Here's the other thing is I like to run a lot of content, not just because I like to run it, because you like to consume it. But the other thing is Facebook's going to find the right person at the right time to consume LinkedIn content or Snapchat content, or maybe we have content that's talking about email, or maybe we have content that 29 cents for the right content. 29. The other thing is what I do, what I encourage you to do, or your clients, is if you're on podcasts, advertise the podcast in your middle of funnel digital newspaper. When people click on Mike Dillard's website, I don't know that, but when they click, they're going to there's a small percentage that listen to the podcast that we're on. If they listen to the entire podcast, oh my goodness, hands down, people understand the method, they want to do business with us, and it only cost me 41 cents. So for pennies, I'm contacting people in all these different ways to build the relationship. Now, watch how this trends out. Look at this. For the belt method, now I'm going to start testing in my middle of funnel. I'm going to start testing to my digital newspaper. Well, I got 75 leads for $11. Well, 75 leads. Now I'm at goal. Before I wasn't. Same webinar, same ad creative. How did I get $32 leads on the top and now $11 leads in the middle? I'm advertising my digital newspaper. Watch this though. Now that I've proven in my digital newspaper what people like, right? These are the ads that people like. Well, I start getting leads in my digital newspaper. I start turning up the traffic. Now I invest $3,046.37. And what ends up happening is I get 658 clicks. I get almost 300 leads at $10. That's my goal. 45% of people opt in. 45%. That's not because I'm an amazing copywriter. That's because I've pre-qualified the content. Now that I pre-qualified it, I can discover which are my best ads. Now that I discovered my best ads, look at this. I invested $8,000 in leads, top of funnel. My opt-in rate was 47%. My lead cost was still under goal. Leads were actually cheaper in a cold market after I already validated my message. So what happens is validating your message can be huge for the market. Now when it comes time to transact, people just see me everywhere. They're like, well, I've seen all these videos. I've seen all these people talk about you. I've seen you on these podcasts. Again, you can do the exact same for your business. And if you're watching this and you don't have a business yet, oh my goodness, you can literally start for under $5 a day to start growing influence too. You'll hear a lot about affiliate marketing from Brandy Shaver on here. You're going to hear about affiliate marketing from Charles Kirkland, one of the top 100 ClickBank affiliates. You're going to hear a lot of different ways of how you can market just by building a brand, even for just $5 a day, and what I'm showing you right here. When it comes time to transact, though, look at this. I invest $852. We make 22 sales. It's a $2,000 sale at 38 bucks. So we spent $38 to make $2,000. That means we put in $1 and made 27 out. How many people here would put in $1 and make 27 out? Right? Comment on down below. I'm just kind of curious, kind of an IQ test. Everyone. Now, smart people are going to ask, well, Kurt, that's your bottom of the funnel retargeting. You told us in the presentation earlier that this bottom of the funnel retargeting, well, actually, you know what? You're right. But let's take a look for the month. See, the entire month we invested in the month of December, $9,699.16. We made $30,000. And our ad account only shows 30% typically of the revenue that we made. So you can see that overall, this happened in December, this happened in January, this happened in February, this is happening in March. I can show you this trend over and over and over, and I can show you this with other clients too. This is Jamie, somebody who attended our workshop, Jamie, our live workshop, basically just said, hey, Kurt, how do I set up these campaigns for Black Friday? Here's just a small little advice. Well, now Jamie has clients that put in $1 to make 14 just from setting this up right. All right, so here's the deal. Everything I've showed you right now is belief, engage, lead, and transact. That's just a small part of the overall map. And this is how we were able to accomplish 92,233 leads in 21 days using this exact same process. See, once we vetted and tested the ads, it's pretty easy to scale. Well, this is one of the examples that our client where we achieved those leads. I just wanted to show you 92,000 leads are great. But the thing is, we also got people inside of ManyChat. We got them into text messaging. And the big thing is like what many of you are watching this video from me talking directly to my phone, started a community. And that community is really where it's at these days. And the reason is because we want to surround ourselves with smart people who are doing things, who are positive, and then we can actually ask for some good feedback. When Nick and I started doing this, we were all doing it alone. Now we can do it inside of a group. We can do it with you. It's one of the whole reasons for the summit. I cannot wait for you to see these next interviews. So for the past hour, I can't cover everything, even if I had all day long. We do have 3 days together and some other bonuses coming up here in just a little bit, but this is why we do 3-day live events. Our goal is to inform you of what's going on with Facebook and to give you a basis foundation for all of the interviews you're about ready to see. By the way, who does this work with? Pretty much everybody, as long as it's ethical, moral, I like to say non-fattening. This works for e-commerce business, speakers, authors, digital agency owners. Oh my goodness, if you are a freelancer or an agency owner using these techniques, I can just show you testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. Brick and mortar works so well for local businesses. And right now, local businesses need your help. So if you're thinking about starting a business, local businesses really need your help because all of our business is going online right now. It works great for affiliate marketing. Wait till you talk to John Tarr, someone who does $30,000 a day in affiliate stuff. A day, running Facebook ads. Realtors and investors, digital product creators. By the way, if you're a course creator, right now is such a great way to help people. All right, next steps. So if you are just starting out, watch the entire summit. Implement the strategies we've been talking about. Let us know in the free group. Let us know what you're getting. Now, if you're currently running ads, implement the belt method. You are going to have so much money that you have sitting on the table that you will start picking up. Now, if you're a freelance ad buyer or agency owner or you employ media buyers, this training has helped hundreds of others just like them. I help agency owners from all over the world. Some of them are watching right now that I can see. Trust me, the belt helps. And by the way, if you've been using the belt, I'd love to hear. Comment down below this video or comment down below the video you're watching now. Hey, I've used the belt. Here's what it's done for me. You're going to see all positive comments because it works when you implement it, which is great. It's not highly complicated. Like, it's not this new trick. It's just, I'm going to show you a very specific way of how to run traffic. Also, if you are a business owner watching this right now, maybe you have some downtime, but you're considering hiring an agency. Take this training, watch this training so you know what to inspect, what to expect. Otherwise, you get on this hamster wheel that just starts all over hiring another agency. All right, here's the deal. No matter what you decide to do with us over the next couple of days, we got you covered. I want to be able to take care of you. We want to be able to take care of you like family. We call it family. So what we're doing is we're bringing the belt method to you. So what we have for the 3 days that we're going to be running the summit, we are going to have open enrollment for the belt. Now, here's what that means. We're going to support you for an entire year, 12 months, where we're going to give you live calls twice a week, look over your campaigns, look over your shoulder, and that's how you're going to get access to all of these recorded interviews for a good long time to come. See, here's the thing. There's a whole map and a whole process to this. And I cannot explain to you. You'll see it from the interviews and you'll see it yourself. Some of the world's top marketers are using the strategy right now in very big ways. So I could show you over and over the testimonials. You'll just see them here down below. But here's the deal is I want to make you an overall offer that you can't refuse. We're going to make an entire virtual event. See, what we have is we used to have a 3-day event. Then it was a 10-week course. Now it's a 10-module course. So everything is virtual, everything. And there's a little test at each one, an assessment, just to make sure you understand that you understand the important parts of each one of the strategies. We're looking for implementation success, not just selling a program. So you don't have to travel. No one's traveling. You don't have to worry about any of the expenses or the high ticket price. Here's what I'm going to do. What we're going to do is we have 10 weeks of the belt training. Now, this is we used to drop this every 7 days. I need to update my slide. I apologize. Nick has actually created an assessment. So you can go through as fast as you want. You just have to pass the test so we know that you're actually looking at this stuff. Now, the other thing is we have curated geniuses from all around the world. That is what you're going to see already inside as bonuses, but also you're going to get access to all of these recordings that you're going to be seeing over the next couple of days. So we're going to take people through the entire map. And you know what? It looks like, here, let me show you this. I copied and pasted this. Let me show you everything that you're going to get here. Here we go. All right. So by the way, here's Whit and Carey. By the way, I owe Whit an email back. He just emailed me. 30 days after attending Kurt's 3-day belt workshop, we have cut the ad cost per acquisition in half, turned a 2.5 ROAS into a 4x ROAS. If you're looking to working with Kurt, or maybe attending one of our workshops, do so. All right, so week one. I should say module one. So sorry, I'm going to say week in here, but I need to say module. Module one, you're going to dive into the belt map. You'll understand exactly what it is. Module two, you're going to go into tracking and targeting. Now, for me, tracking, Nick helps me out with this. 95% of our clients screw this up. Watch this. And Chris Mercer is really going to help you out with Facebook tracking as in a Facebook bonus. So Facebook analytics, and we're going to be talking about Google Analytics in the summit. Now, virtual work 3, add content and copy, or module 3. I have some of the world's top copywriters inside of the summit. Brian Kurtz, one of the world's top copywriters. John Benson's created artificial intelligence. He's already a top copywriter, and he's going to be revolutionizing the industry. Mike Dillard, one of the world's top copywriters. Chris Haddad, one of the world's top copywriters. John Moreau, one of the world's top copywriters. Copy is one of the highest paid professions out there. Improve your skills on it. Learn some new skills on it. If you are looking to start a business, oh my goodness, listen to some of our copy experts. You might not even be perfect with English like I am, not even close, but you can write some really good copy by really paying attention. So let me move this just one more time for people watching on the phone. There we go. All right. Module 4. I keep on saying week. These are modules. I apologize. I didn't update this like I should have. Module 4 is critical because we're going to show you how to do Facebook Lives and how to do recorded videos. These recorded videos can attract people for pennies. These Facebook Lives have also helped, we've also helped people become New York Times bestselling authors from doing Facebook Lives. We've had some Facebook Lives run for over 4 years still bringing people in. I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step strategy that we used with Dr. Susan Pierce Thompson to help get her on the list right next to Tony Robbins. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to happen for you, but I'm going to show you the exact process. Now, module 5, we're going to go into the golden ad report. Okay, we're going to do all these fancy things, but how do we know what's actually working? We put money in, what happens next? Module 6, the $1 a day strategy. Can it really be that simple for just $1? Yes, we test a lot of stuff out for just $1. If you're not using a $1 a day strategy, you are way overspending. People ask, well, how do you scale to $1 a day? I just showed Frank Kern last night how to go for $1 a day for 5 videos inside certain segments. At $1 a day, it starts to add up really quick. I showed him how to go to $1,250 a day with each ad set just running for $1 a day. Facebook will find the right person at the right time. It's not by being cheap. It's by restricting Facebook to go out and find that perfect person. Build your audience to the hottest prospects out there. Now, module number 7, we're going to go into the power of 5. The power of 5 is how to take all this automation, really launch it out there and make it work. And then we're going to start talking about scaling, and we're going to start talking about next steps. Here's the thing when it comes to scaling. What I've done, oh, it says update. Well, I actually have some big updates here. It's scaling in FSS is this. See, what happens is I've actually recorded since January 5th us running our ads. So a lot of people say that they love the over-the-shoulder looks that they get from all of these videos because they can see exactly the buttons I'm hitting, the strategy that I'm using, and I'll show you how we'll scale from $200 a day to $1,000 to $2,000 and more a day. Also, you're also going to be part of the premium belt group. We're going to give you access for a year. So there's a free group that you're watching this, but there are over 300 marketers inside have already upgraded to the belt. If you like the content here, it is just the tip of the iceberg. You got to get inside the group. Also, we got all these modules, but you can jump in right away, what we call our fast track. What we've done is we've put a bunch of trainings, just like we have in the free group, We've enhanced those trainings. They're all inside of the premium group. So if you like the content that you're getting now, oh my goodness, I cannot stress enough, it is only the tip of the iceberg. By the way, we do live Q&A calls every Monday and Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this way, if you want us to look over your shoulder, if you want to look over our shoulder, if you have questions about your ads, if you have questions about your offer, if you have questions about copy, your funnel, we're here for you for an entire year to support you. And again, surround you with some of the world's best marketers and some of the ideas that are really working for them in 2020. All right, so if we take a look at everything we add in together, we take the 10 module course, we're gonna give you a year's long support. So that's actually a $2,400 value, not just 6 months. Instant access to the belt trainings. You're gonna get live support twice a week. Also, you're gonna get access to all of the videos that you see here in the 3 days. By the way, the workshop case study right here, here's where Jamie showed up 2 weeks after attending our live event, put in $1, make 5. Well, that's pretty good. What happens if you can get a 2 or 3x? Well, Jamie started implementing the belt. She writes back, I just got back into service right before I got into the ferry. My team told me about how one of our clients' account is killing it with the belt method, as in 26x in 14 days. But wait, there's more. By the way, I love showing this orange watch. A lot of people know Billy Mays from OxyClean. Well, one of the bonuses you're going to get is a Ron Lynch training. Recorded another training with Ron last night. See that orange watch? Same one that was on Billy Mays' hands. Ron's an infomercial legend. Ron's worked with OxyClean, GoPro, Samsung. You're going to hear about these stories, but he's going to show you how to think about your customer in video in astronomical ways. Ron's brilliant. Once you understand his strategies from behind the scenes of the infomercial, Adam Lyons is going to be talking about creative copy, storytelling, and in the summit, he's going to be talking about crisis management. Pepsi, KFC, and lots of people have hired Adam during crisis management to get their messaging down right. I definitely want you to check that out during the summit. You're also going to get access to that when you upgrade to the belt. Also, Chris Mercer has a couple of different presentations in here. Chris Mercer has a presentation he filmed live with us at a live event. Chris Mercer also did a presentation with me for the summit specifically. The information that he gives out, no one hardly does. One, you can create a business out of it. Two, if you already have a business, diversify your agency with what he teaches. He's going to be giving away free tools to show you how to enhance your overall tracking. You could start clients, improve clients. Oh, there's so much to talk about here. Patty, I got done with an interview with her again as well too. Amazing. She's someone who's worked for a Fortune 5 company and can talk about positioning in ways that you've never heard of before. She'll talk about 4 different ways to position a cracker. A cracker. Think about it. If you have a product or service and you're just marketing one way, so much money left on the table. Again, there are 60 plus interviews, plus all the other bonuses you get inside. So just to let you know, typically the belt is $4,000 for the general public. We only do open enrollment, and during open enrollment, what we do is it's not even $3,000. It's $19.99. We want to be able to help as many people out as possible. So it's the belt.live/summit. We have a 6-pay option if that works out better for you. We have a 12-pay option as well if that works out better for you. Here's the deal. As people are sitting home right now, you have a couple of different choices. Dive deep in content, sharpen your axe, improve your skill, implement. We're going to support you for an entire year. Every week, you're going to get 2 calls. What you are going to do overall is you can dive into some great content with some of the world's top marketers. At the same time, we're here to back you up, answer any of your questions, and you're going to get access to all the amazing recordings you're about ready to see. I'm telling you, these interviews are great. These interviews were not recorded a year ago. They were recorded over the last couple of days. What are people doing right now in 2020? There's some of the world's top marketers. So you get support for a year. You get live support for us. You get a live community. All you have to do is just go to the enroll at the belt.live/summit. Again, the belt.live/summit.